Yo, Jasmine Crockett is a Texas Congresswoman who's basically trying to make a name of herself by bad-mouthing Trumpito, Musk, and this entire administration. Um, Jasmine by Felicia Crockett is a lawyer and a politician and has been a U.S. part of the U.S. congressional system since 2023. She's a part of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. That's just basically a gang of Democrats who they're supposed to stand for like this their ideology. They supposed to stand for like social equality and for like redistribution of fund, redistribution of money in America. But they doing that and saying that you stand for that, doing that, two different things. Yo, my name is Marcus Russell. This is the Marcus Russell Show. Yo, check out how Majorie Taylor Greene and the Dodge House representatives tell her you have no receipts in this Dodge meeting called the War on Waste. Let's get right to it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I need 100,000 subscribers. Let's go.
For 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to see if we can level set because I don't know if people truly understand the point of USAID. First of all, can I just ask you really quickly, each of you, yes or no? Do you believe that soft power matters? Yes or no, Mr. Unger?
Yes.
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 Absolutely.
Okay, so for the American people, because I don't know that there's been a conversation about soft power, but soft power is basically our way of building diplomacy around the world. And so how we build that diplomacy probably looks different in every different administration. But the
Facts.
issue that I have right now is that some would argue that we've taken a butcher knife where we need a scalpel, or others would just say that we are throwing out the baby with the bathwater. But either way, we are not accomplishing our goal because as it's been laid out, we have people that have gone hungry, we have people that have died. So let me try to make sure that people understand what it is that soft power is, which is building diplomacy. The next part of that I want you to understand, those of you that are watching, is that as members of Congress, we do have congressional oversight to the extent that we actually travel the world. We go, we sit down with world leaders, we talk to them about the programs that we have, we talk to them about trade. We also have an opportunity to go and visit and talk and see exactly how our dollars are being spent. And if you are a good member of Congress, you do that. And I do want to tell you about an experience in Africa, but I got to get through these other remarks. So if I have a chance, I'm going to tell you why I believe in this with my whole heart. We all know that my Republican colleagues have a weird fetish with dictators or wannabe dictators. So it should not come as a surprise that they're here attacking global democracy programs. For 6 decades, USAID has been vital in reducing global poverty and hunger, helping to resolve health threats like the Ebola outbreak, which reached Dallas, where I represent, in 2014, and count.
Yo, hold on. Let me stop right there. It reached one person in Dallas. Anyway, like I, I can imagine when you have to be a politician, you gotta say stuff that like caters to your voters. But like at some point, I wish that especially black, attractive, successful black women out here wouldn't just follow the narrative and try to just badmouth the opposition and literally like examine the current situation that the country's in. You know what I'm saying? This party no longer represents those ideologies that she thinks that they represents. But when it comes to roasting, since like the politics is a circus anyway right now. So like she's definitely taking advantage of like it being a circus and literally because she's like the best at roasting. Like she will destroy somebody's mama. It's unfortunate that's what's necessary to be successful or that she feels like that. But yo, let me wrap it up.
Countering regional threats from Russia and China. Not only is pro-Putin President Trump threatening economic warfare against our closest allies and partners, he's blaming Ukraine for Russia's invasion, threatening military force against Greenland, and starting tariff wars with Canada and Mexico. He's also defying a court order to...
Yo, man, we don't care about Greenland, Poland, Mexico. You know what I'm saying? I don't. A lot of the stuff that USAID doing that she claims that they doing, like feeding all these people and going over, like I don't care about that stuff. I think that's what he means by the America First foreign aid policy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's necessary that we just re-examine where this money is being spent, and that's what this War on Waste House Dodge meeting was about.
Least billions of
Straight
dollars
up.
in U.S. foreign aid. This committee should be providing oversight of the executive branch's illegal impoundment of federal funds. But we're here today so the chairwoman can peddle new conspiracy theories about
Here we
U.S.
go.
foreign aid. The dismantling of USAID is just another part of the Republicans' chaotic foreign policy and pro-dictator agenda. Republicans are
The pro dictator.
turning their backs on American farmers who provide nearly half of USAID's global food assistance. I'm gonna stop here really quickly. Because
Please.
I think what happens is that when the American people hear that we're sending out money, they believe that we're just dropping bags of money places. And that's not what we do. But let me tell you,
Nah. We think you dropping off assault rifles. Like dude just showed the picture with the USAID officials with Hamas. Dropping off landmines. Chinese bought AK-47s. We're seeing the receipts. You don't have no receipts. You have 5 minutes worth of hating that you prepared in a piece of paper, and that's just not gonna do it with America no more. Straight up. And hasn't that been like the campaign for the entire time for these Democrats? Trump's gonna do this, where he's gonna turn into a dictator. On it. They literally campaigning off of that. But right now, they're talking about giving the Americans back 20% of the money that they found in these USAID, and there's billions so far. And when they offered to give 5,000 to every person, Jasmine Crockett said that sounds preposterous. Yet 2 months ago, Jasmine Crockett was supporting reparations for Black people. Now check it. I want my reparations. I'm Black, but I want money from anywhere. If you're gonna give me 5,000 for reparations, or give me 5,000 you took them back from the USAID office, I'm sure that will boost the American economy instead of boosting some other foreign country some money that we're never going to see again. Not to mention, 50% of USAID goes to the overhead. That means in their pocket. It doesn't matter if it's 1% of the American budget. It's still billions. Come on,
China does.
lady.
China does. Because I've sat down and I've talked to people, and one of the reasons that we are behind China is because they have argued that there is no red tape. And China is like gangsters. Like, think about the biggest, baddest guy offering you money when you want it, like a loan shark, right? And then when they come back to get their money, they want your firstborn, your secondborn, and everybody else. That is who China is. But a lot of
And
people,
yes, that's so true. And you know why these countries are going to China? Because of our overseas policies that we're trying to spread. We're spending millions of dollars on gay music festivals in countries where it's still unacceptable there. So like they have a bad taste about America when we're coming there with our social reform, trying to bring a democracy and try to bring a social freedom into these countries that's not necessarily used to that.
that
You
are
know?
desperate for money, they go for that, because in America, we're going to say, no, no, no. We're going to take care of our farmers. We're going to make sure that our farmers are the ones that are giving you the food. We're going to make sure that if you want arms, those arms are going to come from us. So I want people to understand, we don't just go with black bags and drop off bags of money like that. It's not that simple. But I want to get to a couple of questions because I know I'm running out of time. Mr. Unger, the chairwoman stated that, quote, the federal government has been sending billions after billions of dollars to push left-wing ideology, fund radical extremist groups, and usurp the will of the people abroad and here at home. Is saving 20 million lives through the president's emergency plan for AIDS relief, or PEPFAR, part of some left-wing ideology? Yes or no?
No, in fact,
Okay, I gotta go.
PEPFAR was created by Republicans.
It was created by Republicans. Thank you for that fact. In fact, it was a Bush, a Texan.
Shit.
What about eradicating
Shit.
polio in nearly every country and cutting malaria deaths in half?
No.
Okay. So here's the other thing, and I don't know if anybody knows the answer to this question. We have been talking about USAID and trying to pretend like it's the devil, but when we
Like the
look
Cobra
at the
Command Center.
numbers,
Shit.
is it 50% of our budget that goes to USAID, Mr. Unger?
No.
Yes or no?
The money that goes to AID is less than
50%
1 cent
our
if all of the federal budget is $1.
Thank you. It is less than 1% of our budget. So we are focusing on less than 1% instead of the other 99%. I need the American people to wake up and recognize and start asking questions about these other areas, such as
The
where
gentlelady's
line
time
of-
has
I bet. Yo, Marjorie Taylor Greene called this House meeting the war against waste. Oh, waste. Okay, so I feel like the goal was to just point out incidents where they feel like they've been spending money or fraudulent money and showing receipts where they're doing stuff with the overseas policies that goes against American interests. And they gave several incidents, showing the receipts that stuff that goes personally against my own personal interests. I feel like that Jasmine Crockett's hate for Trumpito and for Musk, it overshadows like the fact that America is about to American dollar is about to be worth nothing. At the pace that we're going, in 10 years, our money will be worthless. So I don't see why, if it matters, if even though they spend 50% of the USAID fund on themselves, and that's only 1% of the American budget, that's too much to be spending on yourself, and especially the other 50. I don't see us spending on that. Whatever they spend, we need to put it on us right now, especially since the dollar's about to fall apart. So immediately after this House meeting, she subpoenaed Elon Musk to come to the next Dodge meeting, which he didn't, and she called him a wussy at a public meeting for not ever showing up after being subpoenaed. But I'm not gonna lie, I agree he shouldn't go. He's so super silly, awkward. I don't know if he's gonna mess it up for us. But as far as the things that they're not doing them for themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely doing for the American people. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, my name is Marcus Russell. It's the Marcus Russell Show. Peace.